What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants. Hey. So let me talk about Jamal and Jamel Charlo. And I want to say this because when I speak from the heart. So if I'm barking at you, if I'm biting your head off, if I'm giving you props, it comes from the heart. I don't say things just to say it. Okay. If one of my loved ones is getting out of pocket to do something stupid, it's ways to address situations. And, you know, certain things you have to be more stern about. Now, let me say this about these two guys, because you see what happens is when you speak about something, you have trolls that jump in. Okay. And the trolls will just jump on the bandwagon because you're speaking from a space of disappointment. You're speaking on something that was done and you don't respect what that person did. Whereas the trolls are just jumping on the bandwagon to just express their hate, their dislike. Now, I'm going to say this for Jamel and Jamal Charlo. We know that Jamel is being roasted right now. I'm one of the people that roasted him, and I meant everything that I said. And it's not about just Jamel, it's any of these fighters who basically, you know, are part of something that you talk people up. Understand me, I'm not a fan of anybody's. Okay, always, like the Charlos as fighters, and I always, no matter who they fought, I've always pulled for the Charlos to win. Now, other people make heroes out of these people, so they believe in you. So when you say things like "I do this for the culture that everybody hates on" and stuff like that, these people are expecting you to win. Now, the only thing you can do is try your best. Put your best foot forward. Reality of that fight was his best wasn't good enough because he couldn't tap into his heart enough to display that. The man didn't want to get knocked out. And I tell you what, one thing about Jamel, he's a tough dude. Him and Jamal, we both know they can take a punch. If you look at those shots, Canelo was catching him with some solid punches. So even when he took the knee, because he was buzzed and he didn't want to just stand up and take more punishment, okay, fine. But Jamel can take a punch. So this is where I'm saying you're already getting hit and you're not committing. You might as well step your game up and just go to war with this dude. You are a puncher, Canelo's a puncher. That's just the thing. They're similar in that sense. But Canelo had the advantage being a bigger guy. Okay, now that all being said, we know he came, laid down. He didn't leave it in the ring. And he just basically survived and was okay with it because he knew he was getting a massive check. Okay? We seen him cry when he lost to Tony Harrison, right? He cried. Now, did I think Tony Harrison actually won that fight? No. But he actually cried, okay? So, I guess it was a lot easier to deal with at this point. And maybe it's some maturity there, which is, he's more mature now and he's not going to cry because he lost the fight, okay? But this is what I want to say about Jamel and Jamal Charlo. Now, I can't speak for everybody else, but like I said, I know trolls are trolls. I want to see the Charlos win. So I said exactly what I would say if I was face to face with the fucking Charlos. You came to survive. You didn't come to win. You tried to not get knocked out. That doesn't mean I hate you. I don't know you. Okay, but no, I don't make it personal. My thing is this, okay? As long as you went out there and left it all in the ring and you still lost, the fans are going to rock with you because guess what? They saw the effort. They know you went there to win. Jamal Charlo says he wants revenge for his brother. He went on social media. There's a video of him. He's like in a restaurant with his kids and he's sitting there eating and he's talking. He started dressing like, people that were saying things about him and his brother. And talking about that, people trying to bully his kids in school because of what happened to his brother. Now, I said all of that, and I want to come to this conclusion with Jamel and Jamal. You guys are brothers, man. One thing about me is if I have a beef with somebody in my family, somebody I have, love for, somebody I'm really close with, I'm not going on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, no social media. I'm not, TikTok, whatever. I'm not going on any social media platform to air out dirty laundry about my loved ones. That has nothing to do with the rest of the world. It has nothing to do with anybody out there. That's personal. No matter what you guys go through, it's one thing to say, that's my brother. I love my brother. I'm always be there for my brother. But then you guys get mad and you come in front of a camera. You're, showing what's going on in your life, whether it's baby mother situations, whether it's, the two of them. When you guys are no longer boxing, these people, people come and go. They're not going to love you. They don't love you now. Okay, they get behind you because they like you as a fighter, but they cheer you today, they boo you tomorrow. When a new you come along, you're a thing of the past now. You know who's going to be there for you? The one that truly love you and the one that you truly love. And I would really suggest to the Charlos, y'all need to stop coming on social media, talking to people, getting in front of cameras and talking about whatever beef y'all got. When people see that there is a weak link, there's a spot that they can exploit to make you guys even butt heads more. I mean, I see situations where people are coming on, social media asking, the viewers, do you think this man is good for me? Or you think this woman is good for me? You think we make a good couple? What do you think about us? And they're asking all type of personal questions. And you got people asking the female, like, how big is it? Asking the dude, how tight is it? Stuff like, and they're sitting here just answering all this for views and likes and trying to get subscribers to their channels. So if degrading each other or allowing people to come in between and get personal and say these type of things means more views, then do it. It's business. It's money, right? We're monetizing this stuff. And you guys are twins. You guys are brothers. Y'all supposed to love each other. Now, despite what happened in that ring, I don't make these things about me. I just get sick of hearing people talking up a good game and then go and choke and then make excuses or act as if they don't see what they did wrong. Okay? Imagine you go into a restaurant, right? And not only a restaurant, but an expensive one. And you're paying all this money and they half-ass cook your food. You wouldn't like that. You'd feel like, all right, I want my meat well done or whatever it may be, or, this is like burnt. This is not what I want. Now, you can either get your money back or they could make you another meal, right? Depending on, the policy, how they do things and, their demeanor, what kind of people they are. Do you want to deal with this? Are they going to treat the customer like are they going to value, you as a customer? Things like that. So, yeah, you not now. I'm not talking about you being a Karen and just making an ass out yourself. I'm talking, it's just disappointment. Because you can always have a manager come out and, like, look at this food. And they'll know, like, yeah, this is okay. And, right? Making sure that the cook is on top of his or her game. Right? So you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, people feel disappointed. They feel angry because one guy showed up to fight and the other, like I said, felt power. In that first round, it made him say, nah, this is different. I'm covering up and I'm not even trying to engage with this guy. Despite all of that, you don't let people come in between you guys, man. Okay, these social media vultures would do nothing but make comments because they feel entitled because you guys feel the need to come on social media to let everybody know that y'all beefing, y'all not getting along, y'all had to get away from each other and all this kind of... The world doesn't need to know that. Anytime I have any, like, I don't really, think when things happen, you need to respectfully sit down and talk, work things out. Don't be like people I know. I know so many people who died and left this earth. I know mothers who was talking trash to their son or daughter, saying a bunch of hurtful things to them. And guess what happened? It wasn't the mother got old and died and the son or daughter was at their funeral. Nah, son got gunned down in the street. Bullet wasn't even meant for him. Daughter coming from the ATM, get shot up and robbed. Your last words to your son or daughter was something harsh. And these people at the funeral crying and going hysterical because now they feel guilty and they realize what they was mad at wasn't even that serious. So fuck boxing. As men, as family, man, that embrace that y'all need in that bond, y'all should not let anything come in between that. Stop trying to fucking satisfy these fans the wrong way. That's not what the fans need. Yeah, they're paying money to support you and to watch a good fight. So they do need you to go in there and give it your best. Win, lose, or draw. Make the effort to win. Go in there and fight. But they don't need to know you're not speaking to your brother. You're mad at your brother. You're angry at your brother. This happened, that happened. He sometimes do this and that. I'm different. He not like me. We this with it. They don't need that. Y'all need to work everything out. Everything. You're going through something with your baby mamas and stuff like that. No, you do. Why do you feel the need to put that on social media? And then when somebody responds to it, you're going to feel some kind of way. Don't feed the people those things. They don't need that. Look, y'all, a lot of people are writing you guys off. Lions only, nah, they done. Now because Jamel lost and nobody wants to see Jamal versus Canelo, they're making it. You see how because you guys are twins, they're making it a package deal? So because Jamel went in there and didn't leave in the ring, they're figuring, well, what's going to be different about Jamal, right? And what did I say? Canelo even saying the word that we got the better Charlo and fighting against Jamel. No, you had a guy that came up to, 2 weight classes down and jumped in the ring. Well, it also, when you look at Jamal, when he was talking to Demetrius Andrade on that FaceTime or whatever he was doing, he was saying, well, I never fought at 168 before. If you sound like you're doubting yourself at any point, and after that type of performance, they're categorizing you guys. See, you guys are twins. You separate yourselves, but when things get tough, the people don't separate the two of you. They put you in the same category as, well, he did it, he'll do it too, right? So, for Jamel, I'm going to say this. If he feels, and it's obviously he feels he can't beat Canelo, at least not at 168, and Canelo's not going to come down and fight him. How Bevo said, no, I have a reason to fight Canelo at 175 again. I beat him already. And basically, they make an excuse to say he's too small. So I want to fight him at 168. That fight's not happening either. Okay? Canelo's not going to say, you know what, how about we meet at 160? Or I come down to 154. No, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Okay? So, for Jamel to redeem himself, the first thing you need to do is just understand you need to let the people know. I can't handle 168. It's too much. Demetrius Andrade, David Morrell, David Benavidez. All these guys hit harder than 154 pounders. Okay? Which means Jamel will climb up against any one of those guys I just named. Because they're just too strong, too big. Jamal Charlo is in a position where he can look at what happened with Jamel and understand what he cannot do, what he cannot afford to do. Now, that being said, 154, that's my weight limit. Now, maybe he can make 160. Okay, maybe. And more than likely, he should be able to. Okay? But 168 is too much. It's the size difference is too much. And I'm not able to put on enough weight where I could absorb those shots better for these much bigger guys. 154 is my house, and this is where I'm going to stay. And then you make sure that you do nothing but try your best to fight nothing but the very top guys at 154. Because otherwise, this is going to be a stain on the Charlo's name for the longest. Jamal has nothing to do with what happened in that ring with Jamel. Okay? He showed up, showed his brother some support and everything for the fighting, but all this did not speaking and making it known and making it public, like I said, y'all need to end that and leave the public out of your personal business. They don't need to know these things. Okay? They really don't. They just need to know that you guys are hungry, you're focused, that you're going to go in there and make that Lions only mean something. Okay? Because right now, Lions only is dead to the people. And I'm saying, for, Jamal, you need to get in there, you need to fight Caleb Plant. And you need to win. Now, if you can go up to 168 and you can beat Caleb Plant, because Caleb's not coming to 160. If you're not going to fight these guys, shouldn't put yourself in a position where people slap you in the face. And then you're doing nothing about it. And on top of that, you do a video, if you're talking about mental health issues or talking about you're not really feeling like you should feel it. So my thing is, if you're not ready to get in the ring and fight, then you shouldn't put yourself in that position to where now you look like you're just talking and clout chasing, right? If you really want revenge, you study that fight with Canelo. You look at what your brother did. Look at what your strengths are and understand what you need to do. And the one thing you're going to have, conditioning. Why? You might have to be busier than Canelo because defensively, you guys can take punches and you guys are solid defensively, but when punches do get through, you guys have showed that you got strong chins. Okay? This whole waiting for Canelo to get tired and start to fizz out could backfire, especially when you're not letting your hands go. Now, win, lose, or draw, my whole thing about all of this is y'all need to get refocused on what y'all want to do. And if you having issues outside the ring that's preventing you from getting in the ring, then you really need to be careful with what you're doing. And until you're actually really ready to get back in there, it's no reason to give people a circus show. But y'all bond should not be broken because of any of this shit. Believe me, even for the fans that feel some type of, concern towards you, it's just like family. We all got family that we haven't seen in years. Probably might not ever see them again. Which one of these fans is going to show up to make sure you guys are okay? Which one of these fans are out here that's really down for you the way y'all would be down for each other? None of them. None of them. Now, they got the right to express their opinions. And, you're going to have biased nonsense. You're going to have ignorant comments and everything. But don't give people fuel like that, man. I never liked that kind of shit. Floyd and 50 Cent are not even family, but they were supposed to be real close. And I just didn't like, to me, it was just like, that was some corny shit. For 50 to go and say that Floyd can't read and all this bullshit. And, Floyd, to be honest with you, wasn't even talking about 50 Cent. 50 Cent was always the one initiating everything. How you going to be cool with somebody and talk about y'all like brothers, but you getting in front of a camera and talking trash and disrespectful and, like, that's the new thing, right? Let's just get in front of a camera and put a show on for these people. Y'all don't need to do that. Okay? Y'all are uncles to each other kids. Y'all blood, man. Y'all really need to stay off social media talking negative about each other. When I saw Jamal sitting there with his kids, he looked happy, like to be with his kids. I don't know about all this personal stuff, and that's none of my business, you know. And I would hope Jamel and Jamal are doing good. I hope all these guys are, if I had a hope for them, a wish for them, that they all, are making it. I don't give a fuck. Really arrogant people and me don't get along. Just saying. So it's not like I'm walking around here soft-hearted to the world, nothing like that. But I was just watching him, like the interaction he was having with his kids. And that man, like, it looked like he really loved his kids, man. So when I'm looking at him, I know he was addressing a situation. He was saying that people were saying he was drunk. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments section said something about him being drunk or what. I don't know. But he did. He made mentions of that. My thing was, that should be a wake up call to you, man. They see you sitting there with your kids. They know that your kids are watching the comments as well. They're sitting right there. They're saying their comments about people trying to bully them in school, trying to make fun of them because of what happened to their Uncle Jamel. Yet, they're putting ignorant comments up there or saying, things that not caring that you're sitting there with your kids. So let that be a wake up call, man. And I'm just sitting there, and it was kind of like heartwarming, man, because I love my kids to death. And I know, like me, when I'm interacting with them and the type of bond that we have, and this is what I'm saying. None of this shit, no amount of money, I don't care how many titles you won, your boxing legacy, none of this shit should mean more to you than your family. And they're the ones you're fighting for, believe me. Because all this fucking talk, boxing, the people, the powers that be don't give a fuck about your legacy. They care about making money. When you can no longer fight, they'll still be doing boxing. Something about, promoting fights and managing fighters and, owning gyms and whatever. All these different people that have, that's tied into this shit. Okay, all these different sanctioning bodies, these people that's involved in the fight game will always be there doing something. But that's the people that you love, man. And I'm like, this man is sitting here with his kids. And they see you reading the comments out loud. They see, and people posting nonsense. So, I never liked when I see, you're not going to see Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko come on social media telling people their personal business. You're not going to see the Peterson brothers coming there telling everybody their personal business. You understand? So, this is not cool. This is not cool. And you want to know these ratchet ass people, for those who like Jamel more than Jamal, they'll take Jamel's side. If they like Jamal more than Jamel, they'll take Jamal's side. But they're trying to put the two brothers against each other. Y'all don't see that? Y'all don't see that? That's not how the world needs to know. There's people who have done and said things I didn't like. I saw them outside. I handled what I needed to handle with them, and I never came back to say nothing about it. It was over. It's over. It's squashed. You all heard? Nah, leave it alone. There's nothing to talk about. And these are not even people that I love. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys need to, right now, people looking at y'all like y'all some cubs. Them lions need to roar. And the only people that can make that happen is y'all. Get that focus back. Move on. Be on point with everything y'all do. I can't get mad at somebody because they lost a fight and they went there and left it all in the ring and it's just it just wasn't enough. Versus, which I'm not going to get mad personally, but what annoys me is doing boxing content and listening to people speak about something that they did as if it was okay when it's not. Like it's justifiable. I just look at you guys. I always rock with the Charlos. I'm not turning my back on them. Disappointed in Jamel's performance, yeah. His decision to not fight. His decision to just try to survive. Hold it against him, hate him. Nah. For what? He didn't do anything personal to me. But as a content creator and as someone who loves combat sports and to understand, you know, a whole lot of people had the Charlos in a high regard, regardless to this pound for pound and shit. It's not about being perfect, man. But what you can't really realistically do is go lay down and expect people to not throw the flames at you. Now you got a lot of fighters, certain fighters could have did the same thing, and you'll have a million excuses. You know, they'll make up excuses for them. Hopefully y'all get that hunger back, man. Hopefully Jamal can get through whatever's going on in his personal life. You know, Jamel can get over this situation, but understand you made this happen. Now the worst thing you can do is be like, man, fuck them fans. They turned them. No. The fans didn't turn on you. You went and underperformed. You didn't even try. That's the thing. You tried to survive. You didn't try to win. And that's the thing. And $85 a pop for a fucking pay-per-view. That was a one-sided, boring fight. So that's how that goes. So you can't say you're doing it for the culture and then lash out at the people. Now, I didn't hear Jamal lash out, and hopefully that he doesn't do that shit. But, you know, we've seen many fighters do that. You know, try to switch it around. The fans turned on me, and, you know, the fact that he's saying he's proud of his performance. Well, that right there is part of the reason why people are saying Lions only is done. They're a bunch of cubs. Because you don't see things for what they really are. You're looking at it in a way of making an excuse for yourself to feel better about your performance. And you're going to say, I came up 2 weight classes. Yes, exactly. You knew this already. You know, simple. But yeah, nah, put your family first. Like I said, you guys are brothers, man. You guys are brothers. Something, I mean, family is family, man. And you know, you never know what's going to happen. Hopefully nothing happens, you know, tragic to anybody in your family, but, you know, deaths are going to come in everybody's life. Accidents happen, things go wrong. And for you guys to be putting your personal business out there and have these ratchet ass people running around here spitting the same, they're taking what you say and throwing it at your brother. That's what they do. For whichever one they like more out of the two of you, that's what they do. And you guys need to really like, you guys are grown ass men. These people don't give a fuck about you on a personal level, man. They don't. You look, it's no different from being a rapper, singer, whatever. You got the hot song out right now, then you got the hot album, then the next album is hot, and then it gets to the point nobody's buying your music anymore. No, they remember your old stuff. They still like your old stuff, but they don't want the new shit anymore. There's other people that they cheer for way louder than they cheer for you now, right? That's life. But you know who's still going to be there? The ones that love you. Don't let this shit come in between y'all. You see what Chris Eubanks and his father. You see the two of them. You see the two of them bring their personal business, make it public. Look at their relationship. If either one of them was to die right now, the one that's alive would really feel fucked up because that person is no longer here, went to their grave with you not speaking to each other, mad at each other, bringing your personal business to the public. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. And every time you get in front of that camera and try to fire back, then he fires back. Then it doesn't end. And you guys are angry. And you want to know what's going to happen? These same people making money off your videos don't give a flying fuck about the demise of your relationship. And you know what? They're going to be the same ones putting more stories out about you guys. That's just the way things are. It's life. But y'all smarter than that. You should be. You know, people in your camp, like, you know, even Adrian Brown, I heard him say, you know, I'm going for my nigga, man. I'm going for my nigga, man, Jamel, man. I mean, we don't always get along and stuff, but that's my nigga, man. You know, he's not even family. But even he, I ain't all cool with all of the my nigga part, but you know what I'm saying? Like, bottom line, even he had sense enough to at least show that support and say that. You know, your brother showed up, fine. But don't do that shit, man. Show up to each other's fights, you know, embrace in front of the camera, and then a week later you on camera talking shit about each other again. Like, that's just corny. And it's childish. And trust me, these people are nothing but vultures. Because when that relationship dies, they swoop down and pick up what's left of you motherfuckers. That's how they do it, man. So, yeah, there's no hatred towards the Charlos and no shit like that. Just disappointment in Jamel's pitiful, pathetic fucking performance. It's just as simple as that. I don't fucking backtrack on what I say. I meant every fucking thing I said. But that's the point what I'm saying. It's coming from disappointment. And like I said, watching these multi-millionaires sit up here bitching and crying and complaining and collapsing and mental health issues and boo-hoo, this happened, I'm going through this and this, or whatever excuses can't just be real and honest about, you know, I know what I did wrong. We've had fighters even apologize to the audience because they lost the fight, but they lost trying versus just running, holding on, trying to survive, and then saying they're proud of the performance. That's part of what the problem is. It's like, so you gonna sit there and act like you didn't do anything wrong? We paid $85 for this piece of shit fight. Be real. Nobody paid for the undercard, man. And what do people always say? You can tell when boxing is popping if the heavyweight division is popping. Well, what did I just say a couple of videos ago? I watched Frank Sanchez fight in front of an empty ass fucking arena. So it's obvious Frank Sanchez ain't popping, and he's a solid fighter, right? So my point, he ain't making that kind of money that you guys are making. Earn your keep, man. That's all. And like I said, y'all call yourselves Lions only. Make the motherfucking Lions roar. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. What y'all think about all this social media stuff, man? These guys are family. And, you know, these people watching and don't care. They just want a story to tell. That's all. And they just want to monetize off of this. Same thing I'm talking right now. Don't be surprised if other people are putting videos out about these guys and talking shit and trying to stir up the pot. And I'm saying, with or without boxing, fuck that, y'all brothers, man. Y'all bonds should be unbreakable. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.